Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptmancer, where we feature content on play and earn games on the blockchain, such as Splinterlands. And in today's video, I wanted to do a quick recap on my initial thoughts on the current or the new Bloodstone and Powerstone proposal. And I'm sorry, but this proposal is trash. It needs to be changed. It needs to be fixed. We're going to talk about the reasons why. I mean, it has good intentions. I'll give it that. But it is just a poor execution of a proposal. And it's kind of like the third proposal that we've had recently that's just been worded, executed, and just introduced to the community in really poor fashion. Let's talk about it. First of all, what is the proposal? Well, the proposal is here on Peak D. You can see it. I'll provide a link in the video description below should you wish to look at it yourself. But it's basically saying that the team wants to use DEC to purchase Bloodstones and Powerstones to be used for Gladius cases moving forward instead of merits. And that, on the surface, seems reasonable, right? It seems like a good cause, but that is probably the only redeeming quality of this proposal because it just goes off the rails when you look at the details here. Let's take a look at some of the information in the fine print that makes this proposal trash. First of all, it's basically saying that the appropriate guild store building levels will still be required to have the option to purchase the stones in the first place, right? And that, as you can see here, is level 6 store for the Bloodstones and level 8 store for the Power Stone. Let's just park that data for a moment before we tear into that, but let's look at what the data they provide here. They provide some data and context, thank you so much, Splinterlands, that there have been approximately 17,000 Gladius cases purchased from the guild store in the last 15-day period, and that if all of those Gladius cases had used DEC to purchase the Bloodstones and Powerstones to open those packs or cases, we would roughly burn 17 million dark energy crystals. The problem with this data is, again, it is trash. It is, straight out and out, lies. Let's put it that way. Because, well, let's look at what it really means. Now, if you look at the top 20 guild in the entire universe of Splinterlands, in the entire galaxy of Splinterlands, top 20 guilds, of those top 20 guilds in the universe, only 12 or 60% of them can even have access to buy Bloodstones, which means they have a level 6 guild store. And of the top 20 guilds in the Splinterlands universe, only 25% or 5 have a level 8 guild store to buy Power Stones. And you might be saying, Tails, well, what's the big deal? That means people can, get access to Blood and Power Stones and burn DEC. Well, I would say no, not so fast. If we go down a little bit further into the guild rankings, the ability for people to buy or purchase Bloodstones or Power Stones for DEC drops off a cliff precipitously. If we were to just, for example, take a look at guild ranks 100 through 120 instead of the top 1 through 20 guilds, only 1 or 5% actually has a guild store of level 6 to buy Bloodstones, and 0 or 0% actually has a guild store of level 8 to be able to purchase these stones to be able to burn DEC. Keep in mind, there are over 1,377 active guilds in this game. And this proposal is so tone deaf and the data is so bad because literally probably less than 1% of the players in Splinterlands in the universe could actually even take advantage of this proposal. And let's not forget the fact that with SPS Brawl rewards being introduced shortly, no one's going to be spending the time or the crowns to level up their stores right now. They're going to be focused on leveling up arenas to be able to get higher SPS rewards. So the chances of really anyone in the game besides maybe the top 10 or 20 guilds will even be able to take advantage of this proposal. So there is no way that we're getting anywhere close to 17 million DEC being burned anytime soon. And there's no way that 17,000 Gladius cases being purchased are going to have access to this, because the majority of the people in the game purchasing Gladius cases don't have a level 6 or level 8 store. Kind of an important detail you left out in the data there, Splinterlands. So yeah, that's kind of my first take on this and why this proposal is trash, but it really doesn't stop there. First of all, let's look at what should happen. What should happen, and what was alluded to originally when this idea was proposed during a town hall, is that at that time they were saying vouchers would be used instead of merits to allow for Bloodstone and Powerstone purchases, and that it would be opened up to all players, and that the store benefit would just be given to everyone to take advantage of, right? And that the store benefit would really be the discount for purchases of DEC moving forward, not necessarily access to the Blood and Power Stones. Because what are Blood and Power Stones? They're basically the equivalent of alchemy potions and legendary potions. So why shouldn't players get access to that? Why should it be gated to the top, 1% of 1% of players in the game? It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. If you're going to put gates like that, again, I don't want to talk about ratings here, but again, the whole thing with the SPS rewards for champion and 30% of SPS rewards being given to less than 0.26% of the player base is just silly. This is just another silly example of a tone deaf mechanic of the game that's just not benefiting anyone but the super elite whales, and is really just a stick in the eye to 99% of the player base. So what needs to happen here, in my opinion? You need to open this up regardless of store level. Let everyone pay DEC to buy Bloodstones and Power Stones. What's the problem with having a little bit of extra gold foil or extra legendary Gladius cards, which are soulbound, to other players in the game? Shouldn't that encourage players to participate in brawls and try and get these lucky draws, rather than basically say, wow, wouldn't you like to have this shiny, nice gladiator to play? But look, you can't have them. You can't get access to them because we're not going to let you have it. We're going to gate you and just basically taunt you from behind a glass window. That's just poor game mechanics, and it's a slap in the face to the players. And lastly, can we talk about vouchers, right? I understand the desire for Splinterlands to burn DEC here. We've been talking about DEC and why it needs to be burned and how it gets the economy in a better place. But wow, poor vouchers. They've been removed from the equation here, and vouchers continue to provide little to no value. And also, by the way, have a huge inflation problem. We're printing 40,000 vouchers per day. And yeah, they can be used to purchase tower defense packs or Rift Watchers packs, certainly, but that's not enough to make up for the 40,000 day print run there. Vouchers, man, I feel bad for you vouchers, because you're on a path to getting valued at like literally less than a penny here. This is not good. The team needs to find a way to get a voucher store or some kind of promo cards purchasable with vouchers in the game ASAP, and salvage some value here for vouchers in the game economy. And by the way, the APR of licensed validator nodes is just going to tank here if we continue to take potential sinks from vouchers and give them to DEC and other parts of the game, and not add sinks to vouchers. It's just a bad equation. It's a bad look. It's basically the redheaded stepchild of Splinterlands tokens here. No real added utility, no real value, no real sinks in sight. We need to fix that, Splinterlands. please, please, please fix this proposal, get it right. And yeah, let's get this fixed, because right now the proposal here has the right goal in mind. It's just poor execution. If this were to go forward as a proposal as it currently stands here, I mean, I would just vote no on it out of principle, because it benefits basically no one and is just a poor look and a poor, again, poor execution here. Easily fixed. Just get it available to everyone. Don't gate it behind guild stores. And then you have a proposal that will pass with flying colors. And then also, of course, please, let's get something on the roadmap to fix vouchers. We got to have it. Otherwise, yeah, the future of vouchers and license node APR is not looking very good in the near term. So there you go. Sorry for the rant this morning on Rooney Day. I just saw this proposal. I was hoping to be super excited about it. And instead, I'm super disappointed. It can be fixed. It can be fixed easily. And I hope the team does it and does it quickly. So with that being said, let me know your inputs and I guess feelings around this proposal in the comments below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. Happy to hear it. And until next time, keep stacking those stats.